Neopopka Studios in Oklahoma City. This is OU Basketball with Mike Baldwin. I'm Jenny Carlson. Mike, the wins just keep on coming for the Sooner men's basketball team. Now 3 in a row. A good overtime win at Iowa State. What stood out to you in that game on Saturday night?
Well, their defense has gotten so much better, as we wrote about today, and it's man-to-man defense. They're giving up 2-3 inches to almost everybody they play because they're playing a 4-guard lineup, and yet they're never going to their 1-3-1 matchup zone, which we thought they would have to do in conference play because they're giving up so much size. But they're playing good, solid defense. They have stretches in every game like they did Iowa State. They got up 15. Iowa State battled back. That the defense lets down a little bit, but you just got to give them a lot for effort as much as anything else, because a lot of times defenses want to, and to play that well defensively the last 4 games, it shows you how much this team has really improved the last 2 weeks.
The talker after that Iowa State game offensively was Stephen Pledger, 38 points. Obviously star of the game, but what stood out to you about this offense? Because it looks like maybe that's starting to come together a little bit too.
Well, they're definitely running better, and they're getting the screens, and they got to do all those things. Fitzgerald and Cade Davis have been the 2 solid guys. That's what made Saturday's win so impressive, is those guys did not play well. Pledger put him on their back. 38 points, his career high before that, 23. Career high 7 3-pointers. He was just on fire. He was getting it to the hole. He was hitting free throws. It's just one of those nights that every player remembers. And when he's hot, and he can get hot, he can carry a team, and he did that Saturday night.
As you wrote in your Insider today, some people wondered if this team would win any conference games. They've now won 3 in a row. Is there a chance the winning streak continues this week?
Well, they're at, Baylor's at home on Tuesday. They gave him a good game down in Waco. Perry Jones, the number 1 pick maybe in the NBA draft, he's going to be back in town. It's a bad matchup as far as length, but Baylor's been so up and down they might have a shot. And then guess what? They go to Stillwater on Saturday. That one's no more interesting than we thought it was going to be.
That's right, because the Cowboys are struggling. Hey, lastly, before we let you go, let's talk a little bit about the women's basketball team. They have a tough game ahead, but looking back, they got a narrow win in that Bedlam game on the road. Now they go to Baylor. What do you think about this team moving ahead? They've sort of been a little up and down here in this last week.
Well, their perimeter game, that's what they rely on so much. So the nights they're hitting shots, they're going to be really good. The nights they're not. Baylor's a tough matchup for everybody. They're the number 1 team in the country. That's going to be a bad matchup for them Wednesday night. And then, of course, they play Iowa State at home on Saturday, and that's one of those teams that's near the top shelf. That's one they probably need to get. But Danielle Robinson, what can you say? She is just so good, and she gives them a shot in every game they played, like A&M last week. So as long as she's on the roster, I think they got a shot.
All right, thanks, Mike. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere. NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoma.